Alrighty, everybody, welcome aboard. You are watching Revolution F1 European Division. We are on Season 5. This is Round 2, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Alongside me is 5 Crown, 962C. He will be doing the co-commentary with me tonight, so everybody just strap in and we'll see what goes on here for qualifying. So, 5 Crown, what are your what are your thoughts here?
My thoughts. Well, Saudi Arabia, very fast, flowy track, so I think we'll see some crashes, is what my thoughts are.
Now, I know we had an interesting Grand Prix last weekend at Australia, which we saw Uncleaner Cross take the maiden win there, followed by, let me get my stat sheet up here, followed by Radioactive coming in second place and Lucas Fenn in third. I know we had Platinum 13 on pole, but an unfortunate spin on the last lap took his chances away there from taking that win. And I know that race was pretty intense with weather going from, I believe, dry to wet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was wet. It was rainy, wet conditions, like wet, dry. Like it was a difficult, changeable weather race. It was an interesting one for sure. There was a lot of safety cars for obvious reasons, and yeah, Platinum had a small issue at turn 11, I think it is, where he spun into the barrier.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but you know, it's so easy to get it wrong with these cars. You know, they seem to be, you know, mostly there, but kind of snappy at times. I mean, especially when you get it into wet conditions, it gets very unstable. But here we go. We got J Moore 17 in the Red Bull starting his first flying lap. Let's jump on board with him and see what he does. I'm not sure if this driver was present last weekend, but
no, he's a new one, I think.
He's
I've
a new
not
guy.
Heard of that. Yeah,
That's
I've not heard of that name before.
Yeah, it's always good to see some fresh faces, you know, coming in. All right, so let's just jump on board here with him, and actually it looks like he's aborted that lap. So
yeah,
I'm gonna try to find that Mercedes. I think that might be
Radioactive.
Radioactive.
Pulse. Oh no.
Nope.
It's Pulse, I think.
It is Pulse, you are correct. Let's jump on board with him. Alright. And he's getting himself through there. The second sector, now I know personally this track was always a tough one for me. You know, being very tight, a lot of high speed, twisty turns, and a couple of low speed ones in there. Very easy to get it all wrong if you get one turn offline or, you know, braking a little bit too late, going a little bit too wide. It really just unsettles you the rest of the way, especially for the next couple of corners. It's kind of like a flowing track, you know. You kind of have to get into that groove and sort of keep it there. But here he comes around the last turn here, nice and tight, close to the wall, good on the exit, on the power. Let me get the telemetry up here. There we go. DRS wide open. He's gonna put down the benchmark lap, which is instantly taken away by Neon Shockers. Okay. J Moore obviously setting a slower lap because he had to back out of it there. Now let's see, anybody else that's on a hot lap? Looks like it.
Halo.
Let's jump on board with Halo. Once I find him, there he is. Alrighty, Halo in the Ferrari.
Yeah, I think he's not a full-time Ferrari seater. I think Bornheimer is full-time Ferrari with Lucas. He was a podium last weekend. Bornheimer, not Lucas. I'm actually not sure who is in what car anymore.
That's okay. We're all learning here, and I'm not sure about, you know, each individual driver. There's a couple that I know from, you know, racing with over the past couple of years on the F1 games, but some of these guys are new to me, and I don't really know their pace, as we have Radioactive just set the new pole time of 1:28.552 in the Mercedes. Let's see, there's an Alpine out there, and I think he's on a hot lap, and I believe it is OWR Bass Monkey, or Bass Monkey, whatever you prefer, I guess. And he's just getting through the middle section of the track now. There's some debris there on the track. It looked like a McLaren. I thought
the Williams.
That was a Williams, okay. I saw a yellow flag, and I know, seeing, being qualifying and, drivers getting out of the way from each other. You will see, we got some contact there. That was the Red Bull. I don't know. I don't think it was.
It doesn't look like any damage there.
No, but that would definitely hinder his lap there. Let's jump on back board with him.
It's surprising that the game didn't give a penalty for that, because usually it's quite quick to give penalties for stupid things like that.
Yeah, we all know that these games in the past can be very unforgiving with penalties, grid penalties, time penalties, track limits. I believe this one's kind of a heavy track limit track. And I mean, just watching OWR here, he, on his in lap, just a little bit touch off the side of the track there, and boom, it's put his whole lap in red. Now, let's see though. I want to try to get on board with the driver. I see a Haas out on the track, and I believe it is this man. And I think he's on a hot lap. So let's just jump on board.
Does seem to be, yes.
Game is showing a purple first sector there, which, in my experience, I don't really know if that's true or not.
These sectors are they are not on the fastest time. They are to the the highest up guy on your relative.
Yeah.
Like in the game.
Yeah, I got you.
So that would be OWR's first sector time that he's beaten.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I've always found it sort of weird with how the sectors, I mean, I know I'm not the fastest guy when I was racing, and I would be going through doing my qualifying lap, and I would see purple sectors, and it would always give you that, that false hope. You're like, oh man, is this going to be the one? But, no, turns out it never was. I have a couple times, though, but not too often. But hey, he crosses the line. He's going to put himself in the P5.
P5? Is it decent?
Respectable time there. Let's try to see if we can jump on board. I see a Red Bull. Actually, no, let's see. We haven't jumped on board the McLaren. I think the only McLaren, Rabid Mirror. Let's see here. He's on an out lap, so actually, let's just jump on board. Let's, let's watch a driver sort of get situated here. Kind of, what they might do, warming up the tires, or, trying not to be too heavy on them, because you don't want to burn your tires up before you start a lap. But you do want to get them up the temperature and make sure they are ready to go. Once that lap starts, you want everything from that tire. Now he's heading into the last sector here, and I guess he feels as if his tires are warmed up. He's not weaving back and forth trying to get any temperature into them, and he's going to stab down onto the brakes. A little bit of a wide entry, which I think is the way you want to do it around this track.
It's a better one, yeah. It sets up the car really nicely for the straight line.
But here we go. He's going to start his lap now. Now, I've always found that this first couple of turns here are a little bit tricky. It's so easy to get a little bit wide or a little bit too much on the inside, hit that sausage curb, unsettles the car, but it looks like he just maneuvers himself right through it, no issues at all. All right. And it seems that there's no track limits on that particular turn. Looks like a lot of drivers kind of stabbing that left front wheel into there a little bit, but no harm, no foul. And this is where you want to really keep, you don't want to go too wide there, because that will instantly invalidate your lap there. And he's setting a purple sector 1, so this might be something, it might not be. He's got some traffic.
It'll probably not be.
yeah, that's for sure, maybe. He's got some traffic up ahead though. Looks like we got a Mercedes, a Red Bull, I think Alpine up in the next couple of turns, which he most likely, yeah, here he goes, going in the back of Mercedes now. Not sure which Mercedes that is. I kind of wish that this game would give you the names of the drivers above the car. I mean, I know it doesn't really seem too realistic. But
Well, you say not really too realistic. Have you seen today's Formula One?
Yeah. It's real
The-
hard not to fall asleep during some of these races. I know I love the new cars. They're really cool. You know, they have that like futuristic racing look to them, but I haven't really been too pleased with the actual, you know, racing. You know, all the promises of, you know, this closer racing and crazy battles and stuff. And I mean, we have seen some awesome battles throughout the season. You know, some of which were good to watch. Some of them not so much of a good ending. You know, sort of controversial in a way, but I mean, this season had its ups and downs. I know, you know, a lot of people thought that a few races there were kind of not the most entertaining to watch, and I mean, it also comes down to the track. Some of these tracks is just, no matter what car you build, it's going to be so, you know, hard to overtake, and you can try to eliminate that dirty air as much as you can, and I know that that's the main goal of these current regulation cars. You know, the way that the rear wing and the front wing and all the floor ground effects and stuff is supposed to help reduce that turbulent air. But even then, it's going to take a toll on the car behind after you're following for so long. But here we go. He's heading in to the final sector now. Just get a little off-board shot here, show the beauty of that nice McLaren. I actually like that livery. You know, some people that didn't like it, and some people kind of on the fence, but, you know, I kind of like it. It's got a little bit of the orange, you get a little bit of that black and that light blue.
I wish we had the Asian version, like the one they had with the pink neon type thing.
Oh, he's actually
as he comes into the pits.
Yeah, all right. Let's see if we can get on to another driver here. I'm trying to make sure I cover everybody here. Forgive me if I miss.
Radioactive fastest lap.
Fastest lap, yes. Good eye there. I would actually completely miss that because I'm staring down at the track map. Actually, I think we have a Aston Martin here, which I'm trying to see. I got Mr. Tato there. I don't know. He's in the pit, actually, so it's going to be...
It's Neon.
Let's jump back on board with him.
I think he's on an in lap.
I think you're right. Okay. Striking out here. Forgive me.
Nah,
he's also on a... oh, wait, no. He's going.
The Alpha
I'm back on board with Radioactive here. He is on a hot lap, and he is going full tilt here, full attack. You know, trying to see if he can just extend his advantage here. It's roughly about 0.6 of a second.
Surprised how big the... Yeah, I'm surprised how big the gaps are between the top five.
The top five, yeah, I mean, looking here...
1.4 seconds covers the...
A little bit of a big gap
top
there,
five.
But, you know, we still got a couple minutes left here. One final run, most likely, for some of these drivers, but we'll see what happens. But he's going to head into that final turn, going down the main straight here. DRS is open, and actually he changes his mind, and he's going to go to pits. All right, so really...
Reactions on a lap.
Oh, let's jump on board
entered
there.
Not Q2, Sector 3, sorry.
Here is our wonderful league owner and extraordinary
wonderful.
Sort of trying to bring RF1 back up to the glory days here, and you know, with his ideas and such. And one of his ideas, bringing me into the commentary box, which I really appreciate the opportunity to do such. It's been a while since I've been doing commentary, and you know, it's never. Yeah.
Pretty good.
But he's currently sitting P4, the 129.5. But let's see, he is really stabbing it up those corners now. Oh no! And he's just lost the rear end. That's his front wing gone. I'm wondering, do you think he turned in too hard, or do you lit up the tires? You know.
I honestly wasn't on board with him. I was looking for other people to see if they were on lap.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It just sort of looked like the car, you know, clearly just got away from him. But you know, whether or not it was a setup issue or maybe a little bit too happy on the throttle. But all right, that's unfortunately.
Cars have been quite twitchy. I feel the handling is.
Oh, we have a Haas that's going pretty slow on the track here. And I'm trying to...
Yeah, he'll be on in lap, I think.
Alright. I wasn't sure if there's an issue. Now I gotta...
Oh, Halo's retired. He's hit a wall.
Okay, yeah, I missed that.
At turn... I need a track map with numbers.
That'd be great.
God,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, not gonna see that, but yeah, must have been something along the similar lines of what happened to Ruxley in there. Just unfortunately lost to your end. On board Lucas here, he's got an invalidated lap, so that's gonna be most likely the end of his qualifying. Unfortunately, when the the yellow flag's out, you can't see the time remaining in the session. So I think I just saw for a quick second there. It looked like 2 minutes and 20 seconds or thereabouts. I see an Alpha, or not an Alpha, Aston Martin. He's on an outlap.
He's
tap the wall
letting
there.
people follow, I guess.
Yeah, why don't you see who's on a hot lap here? I don't want to dance around the screen there for everybody.
Hot lap. J Moore seems to be on the hot lap.
J Moore.
J Moore, yeah. He's sector 2 and end of sector 2.
I see. And it's purple too, it seems, so he looks like he's really just flying now. He's gonna open up that DRS and get that top speed.
Oh, that Williams.
But let's see here. He's gonna go around that final turn, nice and tidy. Boom.
Will
no
not
issues
do
at all.
Verstappen.
And oh jeez, I thought he was gonna go into the pits. Yeah, Verstappen. That was gonna be one of
P4.
the laps to remember. But yeah, there you go. P4. Did he improve on his time?
Second row. Yeah, he did. He was like way down. Yeah, it's a second row lockout for Red Bull.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah,
this is the only qualifying session, I think, isn't it?
I believe this is the only qualifying. I believe this is short qualifying because it would say Q1, I believe. And they're also
Ronan about to
little
go on
bit
a lap.
more of a time. Who's on a lap? I'm sorry.
Ronan's about to go on a lap.
Ronan. Okay, let's see if I can
In the
find
Alfa
him.
Romeo.
Ronan, there you are. Now I've raced with Ronan for quite a long time here, over a couple F1 games, and he's definitely one to always watch out for, and you know he's up there in the pace and
to watch out for.
no, my apologies, I didn't mean that in a negative way. I meant
no,
keep an eye on, because you know he
it's fine. Ronan's fast. Ronan's pretty fast. He sometimes lacks a bit of spatial awareness, but I think all of us lack a bit of spatial awareness at times.
Yeah, I mean, you know, every driver has their flaws, and you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we're all doing this for fun. And
yeah, he's not bad to drive with. Like, he's not bad to race with. He's just
no, yeah. I mean, he's an aggressive style driver from my experience, but you know, that's perfectly fine. You know, that brings the fun out when you get somebody that's real, when they're real pushy and you know, very up in your face kind of. It allows for, you know, a better battle, and you know, it's definitely
radioactive
more
has
hectic.
improved by 1/10.
Very good.
Oh,
I see a McLaren
Ronan's
here.
locked up.
Is he? Actually, he is.
He'll be on an in lap, I think, because he let everyone by.
Yeah, he's invalidated. Any more drivers that are on a lap here?
The Alpha Tauri. He's just finished. Nah, that's everyone. That's everyone done.
Let's see, we got. Yep, no, it is. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that.
Radioactive will take pole position at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Yeah, and I mean that's a quick lap time there, and that's let's get the game do the math for me. Yeah, 6.68.
7/10, give or take.
Yeah.
Quicker than anyone else. Neon Shockers and his Aston Martin getting as close as possible. Radioactive, I think, leading the championship, or who won last? Yeah, I think he did. What was
Radioactive
it?
did not win last week. He was on the podium.
Alright.
But here we go. Here's your final results. Yeah, like 5 Crown said, Radioactive on pole here with a 128.147, followed by Neon Shockers in the Aston Martin. And then Uncleaner Cross in the Red Bull. And then Pulse FJP in the Mercedes. And Jay Moore in the Red Bull. And that will settle out the top 5, which is split by just about 1.3 seconds there. And we're going to head into I believe, a quick little intermission here while the drivers are setting up and, we're getting ready to start the race. I'm not too sure if 5Crown, you want to fill me in on that. Do we take a break or do we?
I don't think we do, but
Oh, we don't.
we
Okay,
could.
so I'll keep
I
rolling.
don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember doing breaks, but yeah.
Okay.
Just to clarify, Radioactive is our championship leader. He did win last week.
He won last week? Okay. Then
Yeah.
I got my information all mixed up. All right. So we're just waiting here for, excuse me, a couple moments. Actually, looks like we're just hopping right into it. Yep, we already got the countdown going. I guess everyone felt as if their strategies and fuel load were just where they needed to be. So.
As long as they're not made by Aston Martin or Ferrari, you're fine with strategy.
Yeah. Looking at the chat here and got RF1 Taz saying, careful, Ronan might refuse to do an interview with me, and I don't think so. I think Ronan respects me, but you never know.
You might not respect me.
All right, here we go into the formation lap. We're going to have the drivers, everyone's picked their strategy, picked, their starting tires. Let's see if I can get that detail up here. So, starting tires, yeah, hards, and then looks like the rest of the field, other than Lucas picking the medium tire. And they're going to want to get those tires nice and warm, but, you don't want to dig too much into that tire life and being too aggressive on the outlap. But you want to warm up those tires, you want to warm up those brakes, and, make sure everything is in place, shifting and all that. As they would do in, actual F1. But, yeah. Radioactive, like you said, starting on the hards along with Neon and Uncleaner. So they are definitely going for the long haul first stint here. Let's see how that pays off for them.
Radioactive's like a Michael Schumacher with that helmet. Mercedes silver with red helmet. That looks quite nice.
Always a good look. Always a good look there. Yeah, you got the nice, silver arrow Mercedes with that red accented helmet. And a lot of people didn't like the red Ineos little patch up there on top of the air intake of the car. We got a predicted pit stop strategy for mediums to hards and softs, mediums to hards. So no one's starting on soft, so that second strategy is not going to be a factor today. But I mean, maybe they're doing the reverse of it, and they'll jump on the softs. Oh my goodness!
Oh, he's hit the wall.
Radioactive, just a little bit too happy there on the throttle, and lucky for him, it's only the formation lap, so no harm, no foul there.
See that there's no damage in the formation lap.
Yeah, lining up on the grid, and actually a decent gap there between the drivers behind. Now, I know from watching actual F1 and watching league races, you always want to try to back that grid up a little bit so you're not waiting on the front of the grid for too long. But
I don't remember if it factors in this game, but it did in a couple of games before, where the tire temperature would drop as the longer you wait on the grid.
Now this is just going to give me... Oh, someone's disqualified
It
from
stops.
You must have accidentally tapped another driver. Now I know this game you have to manually line up to the grid, so I'm not sure if maybe that's why they're getting disqualified from the formation lap.
They can if they have it completely wrong.
I'm trying to find a nice angle here, but
Go
game's
to
just
Lucas.
literally not even going to no, they're not going to do it for me. But
Okay.
it is 5 lights, and
Lights,
away we go. And
there's
we
a Haas
have
in the
some
wall.
wonderful action at the back there. A Haas smacking into the wall. And let's jump up on front. Ooh, excuse me. Let's jump up front here. Because it looks like Neon Shocker's already taken that position from Radioactive and showing a nice half a second advantage over him just in the first couple of corners now. Now, I'm wondering what happened back there with the Haas, and was it a Ferrari?
A Haas and a Ferrari, yes, and there's the J-Moore Red Bull out, or spun out and reset to track, which you're not allowed to do, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's yeah, from my experience, is a big no-no in most leagues. Definitely can be unfair and cause other drivers to, have incidents as well. But we got a nice little lineup here, a little train of cars going here with the 2 Mercedes, second and third, chasing down Neon in the Aston Martin, closely followed by Ruxian and Uncleaner Cross in fourth and fifth.
Oh, Radioactive cutting across that corner, understeering wide.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to do. Let's jump on board with Pulse here, kind of get a little bit of the action from behind here. As a lot of sparks flying up there for Neon. A normal sight there with the F1 cars with such a low ride height, but head down the main straight here, and it's going to be Neon still in that first position, holding off the 2 Mercedes.
It's interesting, the split strategy between the 2 Mercedes. The Pulse could be going for a 2-stop. Like, it's unlikely, but it could be.
Absolutely. And we got 2 drivers in the pits here. Got Mr. Teto and SSR Halo getting some new tires. Looks like
they had a collision with the wall.
Yeah, and I'm surprised we're not seeing that Haas into the pits, just smacking that wall. I mean, it looked like he hit that wall real hard, but I guess
yeah, but his front wing looks fine. It's surprising. Like, the Haas is built like a tank.
He's missing an end plate there on the left side, but it must not be enough for him.
Oh, no, there it is.
Oh my goodness, what's going on here? We have another spin here, and I don't know what the car just did there, but I think he reset the track.
It could be a reset to track, but he was lagging before, so that could also be lag.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll have a look at that.
Yeah. So I mean, it looks like he just wasn't able to. Oh no, he wasn't the one that just pit. So he just
he was
lost it all on his own. You see Ronan making a move here on SLR Hicklin, right into the final turn. As Neon is now setting that fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:33.4. DRS is enabled this lap, so we probably will see some action happening here.
Lots of switching of position there. The AlphaTauri and the McLaren switch positions, and the Williams and the Alfa Romeo of Ronan switch positions again.
Yeah, a lot of action going on right here. It's hard to pick one car to be on board with, but I've chosen Nisto, the AlphaTauri driver.
Okay, yeah, the AlphaTauri.
And he's hot on the
really
tail
close
of Rabbit, and he actually might just make a pass here. He's getting alongside. Oh my goodness, it's going to be close. You got to watch out here. And
the wall.
I don't know if there was contact there, but it looked like the
Rabbit cut across the corner as well.
So wondering. I just, of course, had to. I was going for a beauty shot there to go, on the off-board to see if I could get the broadcast camera in. Of course, that's when all the action happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's jump back up front with Radioactive following behind Neon.
Ronan's getting close to that Williams again.
And we got DRS wide open here, but it's just not closing down that gap as much as he wished. He's not going to throw it down the inside. He thought better than that. But it seems to me as if Neon here is running just a little bit of a lower downforce setup. Look at that top top speed advantage, even with the DRS. And I think we have a yellow flag here. Yeah, we
Yeah,
definitely do.
Aston Martin, Mr. Tyler.
Has he gotten damage?
He spun around. I think he might have had an issue with Lucas.
Okay, okay. Yeah, the car looks okay right now.
It looks fine, yes.
Oh my goodness, we have
Oh, Rabbit Mirror's retired.
DNF. Can I catch that here? We have a McLaren
Oh, his
in the
car
middle of the
is
track.
his,
Whoa, as
yeah,
quickly.
his wheel is off.
Yeah,
That's
so
a safety car.
Safety car is deployed, so our man
Ronan's
Bernd
got
Mailander is going to come
5
out, and I
seconds.
believe on this track is the beautiful Mercedes.
I think, is
GT
it not the
car.
Aston?
Is it the Aston? I guess we'll see
I
eventually.
thought it was the Aston on this one. Because isn't it the Aston for the first two? Mr. Tablet
that I'm not
comes
sure
into the
about.
pits.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely gonna see some drivers thrown into the pits here. Probably put the soft tire on here.
We will see what car it is as Halo comes out. I know it's the Mercedes. It's the AMG GT.
It is the lovely red Mercedes AMG. That is one nice looking car.
Calm
Can't see
down.
it quite yet, but
Calm down.
can't see quite yet. But we're gonna see Neon here. He
Neon
is gonna
Shocker's into the pits. And he's going to switch up his strategy.
So Mercedes are doing whatever he doesn't do, so they are staying out, along with Rux and Cleaner Cross and Nice.
Going onto the medium tyre.
Okay.
It is beneficial somewhat to do this on the safety car. If there is a safety car later on, you can pick whatever tyre you want. Like,
Yeah. No, and it's definitely always a gamble, you know, whether or not to stay out, to go in, get fresh tires, you know. With the field being still so tightly bunched up together so early in the race that you're going to lose a lot of positions heading into the pits. And I mean, he's already down in P9 after that stop.
yeah. It is a gamble, but it can pay off.
There's that wonderful Mercedes safety car I was talking about. Now, what I always find funny is, you know, Bernd Mailander driving this car. I mean, he's one good race car driver. I believe he was was he a DTM driver?
He was a DTM driver, yes.
And so he definitely has that racing experience. And I mean, he's doing as much as he can to go as fast as he can in that car. And you ever catch the onboard with him in an actual F1 race, he's working that car. You see him going crazy on the steering wheel, trying to get the car to go as fast as possible. And still, the F1 cars are just, looks like they're standing still almost, you know. The driver's complaining, oh, this driver, he needs to speed up, you know, the safety car's going way too slow. Meanwhile, he's in there like, oh my god. So I always thought that was funny.
In the words of the FIA, the safety car is there for safety, not speed.
That is absolutely true. You can actually hear the safety car in this game too, which I appreciate.
The AMG is aerodynamically more like a GT3 car than the Aston Martin is, and also how the lighting and safety car like things are integrated. They do not obstruct aerodynamics. So they are purpose-built. It's a car which has little compromise to its aerodynamics.
Well,
right
I
now.
mean, you're going into a sport here where every little thing has a purpose and is designed to do a certain thing. You know, they wouldn't just, even on the safety car, they wouldn't just throw something on there that doesn't make sense. So everything's purpose-built. Even, you know, all the safety lights and everything, all purpose-built, and it's there. It's all like a fine-tuned working machine.
Yes.
Even on the safety car.
Here's why I brought this up. On the Aston Martin, the safety car lights on the top interrupt the aerodynamic flow a lot. If you take a F1 edition Aston Martin Vantage and you make it drive a lap time, and you make the F1 safety car version of that one drive a lap time, it'll be significantly slower because it has less aerodynamic grip and drag. It has more drag because of the lights on the top.
Yeah, I mean, you got some very, very smart people building, you know, all these cars, and very well educated in the, you know, aerodynamics and how everything works with that. And yeah, like I said, purpose-built cars and everything has a reason and a purpose to be when it comes to F1. I thought I saw another driver dive into the pits there. I believe. Actually, I don't want to say the wrong guy. I believe it was Halo because he's on. He's on.
Oh yeah, Halo. Now. So Halo went into the pits and got some soft tires, but I think he might have not wanted those softs. I think the game gave it a wrong compound. Anyway, that's a late time to put in safety car into the pits, but yeah, that's interesting. As the safety car comes into the pits now,
okay,
Radioactive
will become
will become the yes.
And
as he's gone now.
All right, yeah, he's away. That was a quick one.
Raxian got a very good launch out of that one. He's right beside his teammate, not his teammate, the teammate of Radioactive. Sorry.
No, absolutely. And just
he's touched the wall.
There. I was doing a behind shot, looking behind, and I saw that
his wing is intact, so that's fine.
Yeah, I saw the jump of the car. Ooh, looks like he kissed the wall just a little bit there again too. He's not losing too much ground to the cars behind as we have. Oh boy.
Aston Martin, Mr. Tado.
Yeah. Another.
It's the other flag.
Spin for him. He's not having the best of races here.
J-Moore. Oh, God. The Williams of Bass Monkey and Ronan are going at it hard. Clattering wheels.
Ronan has a little bit of a gap there. It looks like a threat.
Yeah, now OW Snoozer is right behind him.
Yeah, he's definitely under pressure from the other.
Whereas he couldn't get it into gear there for some reason. That's interesting.
Where did he go? Oh man, he's dropped down.
He's he missed the gear.
Oh jeez. So that showing you just.
That's yeah. Oh, as the Haas was into the wall. How did he not die there? How did he keep the car alive there?
I'm gonna reset the track, which I don't know. Does this game auto reset you to the track?
It might do. I am not sure. I think it's something you can. I think it's something you can change in the settings. Anyway, Raxian and the battle for the top.
He's
the battle for the top.
Trying to get back ahead here. That Red Bull was a little bit too.
Oh, goes off the track there.
But he's got the other Mercedes there, Pulse. He's got to watch out for that. He's gonna unsettle him and open him up to that Mercedes trying to make a move on him. So now from going from the attack to the defensive almost, as we have yellow flags everywhere.
That's the Aston Martin again.
Yeah.
Mr. Tado.
Mr. Tado not having a good day here at the office.
He wasn't. I think he wasn't having a great time in Australia either. So I think he's not liking these cars.
Ferrari as well.
It's Ferrari. It'll be Lucas Fenn.
I don't want to jump off board of this battle here. It's close, and I don't think they have DRS yet. I don't see the wings open just yet, but
DRS will come in one lap after.
Fighting for that P2 DRS enabled now. Bet he's wishing that DRS was just available one lap earlier. Make it real easy to get ahead of Ross here. Ross doing everything he can to make that car as wide as possible so Ruggs can't get past him. And he's doing a fine job at that. Yeah, this is very interesting when everybody is right on each other's tails here. 3 seconds.
Neon shockers.
first time penalty.
Oh,
there's a second and a
Ruxian
third. Okay.
unclear cross. All of them got a penalty there.
So there you have it. That's those dreaded time penalties start to surface several
As
laps.
Snoozer has crashed into the wall.
Oh, and is that going to be a safety car?
Yeah, he's got no wheels again. Yeah, that's a safety car. Burnt Mylander's digital cousin comes out to the track again.
Definitely getting his work cut out for him today. More time penalties
Triple
to
paid
come.
today.
I wonder if we could see that car. I think it's disappeared now.
I had a shot of it on the Haas, but I think it's now gone.
That's good. Ridiculous. I appreciate that. But I'm wondering what's going to happen here. Are we going to see any more drivers going to the pits? Yes. The answer is yes. Mercedes into the pits. 5-second penalty for uncleaner, speeding in the pit lane. Yikes. Oh, the penalty.
Mediums there.
Going crazy. Yeah, mediums.
Oh,
God.
double stack at Mercedes. That's not great. Neon Shocker's back into the pits. I didn't expect that. He's bolting on a set of soft tyres, rather.
So he believes that the softs are going to be the way to go here.
15 laps for the softs. I don't know that will last.
I don't think that's going to last. Ronan, though, deciding to stay out, so he is now right up there, driving behind that Mercedes safety car there.
Doing Sauber proud.
Yeah, Fred Vassier definitely happy to see one of his cars at the front. Rux, though, going for, I guess he's going to the end here with those hard tires.
Yes, I don't really see why the hard compound though. It's only 15 laps remaining. I would have assumed that you would be able to get the mediums to last that long. I mean, Neon Shockers is expecting the softs to last that long, which I think is a bit optimistic.
I mean, unless he thinks he can get real aggressive on these softs, claw his way up, pit, and then able to claw his way back up again. I mean, it's always a game of risk and a game of numbers when it comes to stuff like this. I think that's the first time we're seeing the soft tire today, if I'm not mistaken.
Except from qualifying, yes.
Oh, well.
Well, also except from Halo pitting and then realizing his mistake. Because he pitted for soft and then went straight back to the hard and has now actually gone back to medium, which he's gone through all the tires today.
All the tires. Sometimes you gotta use all the tires and just see what happens from there. Now I'm imagining we are probably gonna do another lap to behind the safety car.
Yes, well, one more lap should be.
One more lap.
Yep. Unlapped cars may now overtake according to the safety car. That's never worked in this game before.
Yeah.
And there's also no lapped cars, so that's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's any lapped cars. So this game.
The green lights went onto the safety car, which is yeah.
Of course, yeah, just the wonderful F1 game doing what it does best, and not making any sense.
Yep. It'd be beautiful if we could get lapped cars to unlap themselves on this game. But unless you make everyone go off track, everyone will get an overtaking penalty. Because this game is great.
Yeah. Yeah, and then even if it said you could overtake the safety, if there was a lap car, and it said you could overtake it, I could almost guarantee that you would try to pass the safety car and it would instantly disqualify you.
I have been able to overtake if you are the first in the queue, and you are like lapped. It'll let you overtake. It'll not disqualify you, but you have to be like the first car behind the safety car.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Judging how these games have been in the past with weird bugs and so forth and so on.
To be fair to Codemasters and Formula One, this is, I think, one of the only games that has a safety car in it. Like, have it properly implemented.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think any of the major sims have safety car by AI. So, like, iRacing and stuff have pace cars, but they don't have safety. Anyway,
Gotcha.
safety car in this
Yeah.
lap.
Let's not ramble on too much there, but yeah, safety car coming in this lap. Ronan's going to back up the drivers to get some gap on that safety car. And then he, like last time, with, who was it last time? Radioactive?
Radioactive. Yeah.
Will control the pace and decides when we are going to start racing again here, so he's...
Think about now. There you go.
Boom, he's going to...
Radioactive's taken a great, like, he's reacted to that very well. He might actually challenge into turn one.
Oh, here he goes.
He does the dummy on it.
And
nice.
we've seen things go very, very wrong into those first turns. Oh, it looks like Uncleaner Cross getting in there. Oh my, how did he manage that? These three fighting right now. I was gonna say, you've seen quite a few bad things and not so nice things go on in that first turn. You know, very easy to try to hang it around the outside and end up having to cut the track or go over the curb. But they managed that just fine going into the first turn there. But yeah, Radioactive and Ronan fighting each other there and getting a little bit argy-bargy, I guess, and it just allowed Uncleaner Cross to breeze right by.
Uncleaner Cross, second in championship, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, his
he'll be well happy with being in first right now.
Yeah, that will definitely give him 8 points advantage for sure. Ruxian now down in fifth. With Neon Shocker, he's fourth at the moment. There is battles going on everywhere. Let's see if I can. Oh! What happened there? I just caught. Yeah, I just caught like the last split second of it. Looked like a little contact between him and was it Halo?
I think there was something with the AlphaTauri. I don't know what.
I don't think he had damage though. It didn't look like it, but
AlphaTauri doesn't look to have damage. No. I don't know the other car that was involved.
Lux still fighting for that podium position in the third place, lap 13 of 25. So we still got some ways to go here.
Oh, Neon Shockers!
What happened?
Snapped.
I think
he snapped. It snapped. Oversteer.
Better watch this one and join the track.
The soft tires might be overheating for him.
Yeah, definitely could come down to a setup thing. Too stressful on the softer tires and makes them overheat. But not what he wanted tonight. I mean, starting up, you know, in the top three, and now he's down in 11th.
Yeah, Aston Martin is going from bad to worse from Australia to now. They're not having a lot of fun.
Good luck, that's for sure. The jump back on board here with Radioactive, hunting down as
another safety car.
Can't get enough of it tonight. And that was the Haas.
Don't know who that was. No, I have no clue. It might have been.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have a front wing.
Yeah, he doesn't have a front wing. Yeah, it'll be him. It'll be Pjornheimer.
I don't know who he was involved with. Was it Nystro here? Nysto? Yeah, his wing.
I have no clue. But I've just realised Uncleaner Cross has got 8 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, let's take a moment and take a look at that. Yeah, 8 seconds, so that's definitely something that's gonna It's gonna come back and haunt him.
Ronan in the pit lane. For some reason that didn't show up properly.
He's gone on to the mediums.
Going on for the new medium set.
So I'm not sure if it's because the pit lane wasn't open, but the top 7 opting not to pit.
pit lane does not close in Formula 1 due to safety car.
Okay. Sometimes I feel like I've seen it, but I guess I'm wrong.
It only closes if it's obstructed,
Gotcha.
or
Okay.
if like the safety car has to drive through pit lane.
Okay, so
Then it's not allowed to pit, like, because it causes chaos.
gotcha.
There's a lot of series that do though. Series that do.
Well, the top 7 not pitting. I guess they feel as if this is going to be the one that goes to the end, and I mean, the safety car definitely helping them out. You know, they're not stressing those tires out, going full race pace. You know, they're able to put some life back into them.
Let's see the tire life. So the
As we
top,
have a retirement, oh boy, on the track of OWR Base Monkey.
don't know what happened there. Did he just crash into the wall? Did he maybe lose
Fortunately,
control?
it doesn't let you jump on the car even when they go out. I wish it would let you jump on
Yeah.
the car and see what happened, but that is not the
It's
option
stupid
today.
like that.
Yeah.
It sometimes does for like a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
guess
only,
it depends.
Like, rarely.
You
If
don't
you're
know what-
already on the car, it does.
well, of
But
course,
if
yeah.
you're not,
I'm saying I wish you could, like, you know, even with him being
Yeah.
retired and his name now, you know, blanked
it
out.
should. I feel like it should let you jump onto the car as long as the car is an entity on the track, so until it despawns.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. As we have Haas, Mr. Ponheimer, jumping into the pits there. Maybe he.
I wonder who's switched the most tires this race.
Well, let's take a look here and see. Stops. Okay, most stops actually. Yeah, it's it's shared between a couple drivers. Halo, Lucas, and Mr. Ponenheimer. Forgive me if I'm not saying names right here.
I can never pronounce that. Like, this just. And also, like, the AlphaTauri driver, I have no clue what the hell that is.
Yeah, you sort of just roll with it, I guess, but we do the best we can here with your creative screen names. 4 stops, though, between those 3 drivers. Most stops at a race. So that is that detail.
Oh, he's got the fish helmet. I forgot about this.
Who has the fish helmet?
And cleaner car.
Oh, he does. Oh, yeah, he does. Look at that.
Gives you that extra downforce through
course.
lateral loads.
Definitely by the side of the sea here, I guess he felt the need to have that fish helmet on.
Mylander into the pit lane.
Here we go once again. I'm not going to explain the procedure here. I think we all understand it now. We'll just wait until the action starts once again. All the drivers swerving back and forth just to get that last little bit of temperature in the tire to ensure the most. I wish you could make the intervals go
I would
away
like
without-
drivers to not go side by side with each other, but hey ho.
There we go. Try to clean up the screen here a little bit. Oh, I don't like that, actually. How do you make the look at it? Sorry, had a little bit of a dumb moment there. Here we go.
Anyway,
We're going
cleaner cross.
once again on cleaner cross. Barreling down the main straight here, and he's going to throw it down into turn 1. Radioactive just behind them, and Rux.
Radioactive and Pulse just don't have to do anything. They just need to sit behind.
Oh my god, Rux smacking that wall once again. That wall is definitely his weak spot here today. I think that's at least the second time I've seen him smack that same wall.
It's surprising that his car has no visual damage, but he might have some type of aerodynamic damage.
Let's see if we can get a shot of it. no damage that I
Yeah,
can see. I
no
mean,
damage on visual, but he
yeah,
might have
he might have
something.
floor damage or side pod damage, depending on where he
I
hits.
I don't know what damage model we run at, so I don't know if we can have floor and stuff.
Gotcha, gotcha.
I think we run reduced, if I remember correctly.
I guess we'll probably see it in the lack of performance. You know, if he starts to really fall back, then definitely had some, you know, some of that dread side pod floor damage. Just sitting on board here with J-More in the Red Bull, sort of just see if we can see anything from behind, any action, or maybe some move. I mean, everyone's sort of pretty close, actually. Got some battles going on behind. Ooh, very close to the wall there.
Another yellow flag.
Kissed it just a little bit there with Halo. Trying to
Oh,
make a
that's
move
Neon
on-
Shockers.
Oh,
Neon Shockers spun at the last corner, or like got tapped. I don't know what happened. Didn't see that.
that is unfortunate. Starting.
This is where I would like this to be like iRacing, where you can like rewind.
I wish there's a way we could do replays, but it only does what the stream shows. I've seen it before by a couple of streamers, and I think that's a expert level streamer broadcaster feature there, because I wouldn't even know how to do it. Yeah, he's gone slow. I don't know if he had a spin there. I'm on board with Neon right now because I just want to see. He's right behind his teammate, Mr. Tato. And I'm wondering if they're going to fight it out. Nope, he's going to let him by.
I don't think they will. Tado's had a lot of issues this race. I don't think he's up to the same caliber as his teammate.
Absolutely. Let's jump
Radioactive closing up
we got a
to
nice shot of the all the nice, beautiful yachts and the
all the neon
all
lighting.
the neon lights and the beautiful shot of the water and all the fun festivities to be had here in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so Radioactive closing in. I think I just saw DRS enabled this lap.
It sure is.
And yeah, so gee, I don't even know what to say. Let's not forget the 8 seconds of penalties. Let's just double check that statistic again. 8 seconds of penalties.
Right now, as it stands, it would be a Mercedes 1-2.
Yeah, Ruck's having that 3-second penalty too, and yeah, both those Mercedes staying out of trouble. Not getting any time penalties, and there's Neon Shocker getting another one. He's got 6 seconds now. But yeah, the main one we're looking at here is Uncleaner Cross with 8 seconds, and he's hoping that he can pull a gap, but there's a yellow flag.
It's Lucas again. The Ferrari not having a fun time.
Yeah, no damage to the front wing, so no harm, no foul, I guess, other than, you know, losing time and position. But thankfully no safety car, because I'm sure these drivers would be banging their heads against the steering wheel if they had another safety car. Well, I'm sure some of them up front, others behind probably would be very delighted to see a safety car, but I know for a fact that Uncleaner Cross would definitely be not happy if there was a safety car that came out, because he's doing his best to try to get that gap extend as much as he can so he doesn't fall down so far in the order at the finish of the race. But you know,
I think he's a lost cause right now. He can't get away from the Mercedes.
No, he's fully committed to being, you know, right there, and he's got the pace, and he may even get past him given the right amount of slipstream and DRS here.
Paul's having a bit of a slip on a curb. Not looking good now for the Mercedes 1-2. Seeing how J-More has now overtaken him. So it could still be a Red Bull on the podium.
There is always a chance for anything, but I mean, we got, after this, 5 laps to go. Things are going to probably start to heat up as, you know, maybe some drivers will start getting their elbows out a little bit more here, trying to get that final position as we enter the closing stages of the race here. Not seeing anything. Actually, I am seeing something. Let's jump on board with Ronan.
Ah, yeah.
He was very close to SLR Hicklin there in the Williams.
So this is something which is what's the word? Unlike Ronan, he's got a lot of ERS left. Usually he burns it up in the first stage of the race, but the Williams doesn't have any ERS, so that's very easy overtake.
Yeah, losing out on 2 places there almost, or actually definitely, was Hicklin losing out to both Ronan and Halo.
Oh, Halo hit the wall.
I see that. Trying to jump, every time I jump down to the back here or to the midfield, something happens up front, and then as soon as I jump back up front, something happens at back. So I can't
Just
make up
stay
my mind
somewhere.
where I want to be. Well, no, I just missed it because Radioactive has made a pass on Cleaner.
Oh, he did. I
And,
didn't even
yeah, I
realize
know that as soon as I jumped on board with Ronan to see, because he was getting real close, and that's when we missed that action here. So now that we jump back up board here, I guarantee Ronan's going to probably make a pass on somebody now.
Ronan's about to pass. Yeah, Ronan's about to pass
Actually,
Halo.
let's see this battle. This is very close.
Oh, Halo and Ronan has touched, and he sent Halo into the wall.
Well, I guess I chose the wrong battle there because I was on board there with Pulse and Jaymore. And we have Halo. Oh my. Yeah, he's definitely see some debris on the track there. But
what happened there is that Ronan had more speed, went down the inside. Halo did not give a shit and turned in.
yeah. Well, that's not what you want to see, but we're watching here now Pulse getting back ahead of the Jaymore there, as these two have been stabbing away at each other here for the past lap and a half, I'd say. So much
the
action
battle for third,
going on.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no.
No, because Rux has
pulled. Yeah, he's pulled the gap. I did not realize Rux has pulled the gap.
Yeah, I mean, with all the battling going on, it allows the drivers that are in some fresh air to pull some gap to the others fighting behind. And there is just, I'm watching the numbers here, and there's another yellow flag, and
that's Pornenheimer.
Oh boy.
Again.
He's
Ronan I guess he got some wing damage there because he's come in for some soft tires. So.
Yeah, that must have been the case there. Something happened back there. You said him and Halo were having a bit of a scrap there, but I guess we weren't. I wasn't able to catch it, but it looked like unstoppable force meets an immovable object, I guess. When you look at it that way. I see Nystro.
AlphaTauri, man.
He's making a move into the final turn.
Ooh.
Is able to keep it, but
did he get?
I think he sacrificed some of that exit, taking it so
tight.
But
he got the DRS though.
He does have the DRS, actually. You are right. And I think that Hicklin's just
very
clever.
Have to
sit behind him here for the next available DRS zone. Granted, he doesn't
like the best
fall back
feeling
too far
ever.
behind. He's just outside of the range right now, but we'll jump back onto them in a little bit because we got a fast moving Mercedes here closing up on Jaymore in the Red Bull, and this is no DRS here. I don't think that's a DRS. No, that's not a DRS zone.
No, it was a DRS zone, I think.
And then they
was it? Oh, it was a proposed. I think it was a proposed DRS zone. And in last year's game, it was actually in there, I think. But the circuit never actually used it in real life, I think. I might be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not too sure. For some reason, I remember it being a DRS zone at some point, but who knows?
Yeah, I think in the game it was, but I think in real life it was only proposed, and they basically said it's too dangerous.
I'm seeing all sorts of yellow flags happening here in the first sector, which we have an Alfa Romeo, a Ferrari, and an Aston Martin. Not sure which of the three had an issue because it looks like they're all going now.
They all did. They all.
They're not having the best of races there, especially Aston Martin. Not. Oh, we're going to see a move here down the inside. Nice and tidy.
Oh, locking. No, not locking up. That's just lag. Okay,
Yeah.
nice game. That's great.
You'll see that. They'll get that with these games. But yeah, he's able to keep that position heading into the next couple of turns here. Jay Moore is now, his next objective here is to just keep in that DRS range of the Mercedes. In hopes that he can get past him again. Just a handful of laps here to go, 23 at 25, so he's going to want to get that done sooner than later.
I think right now, I think Pulse probably has him. Like he's not coming back from that.
No, he's dropping down now. He's dropping down. Halo setting the fastest lap on those fresh.
But he's outside of the top 10, so he'll not get a point for that.
That is true, and yeah, it looks like this is becoming.
Yeah, Pulse using the RS, the overtake button, to get that gap pulled even further away from him. That Red Bull.
What would you do here if you were uncleaner across, knowing that you have 8 seconds worth of penalties and 2 laps to go? Do you want to keep trying to fight the guy in first and possibly get that gap to keep the gap of the drivers behind to keep closing? Because you know you got to figure the more he fights him, the closer the guys behind are going to get, and he's going to drop down even further at the end. But on the flip side, if he's able to get past Radioactive and actually keep a good pace and pull a distance to him, that could do him well as well. I
think at this point the Mercedes is quicker.
I
think he just needs to keep within the DRS and let himself be pulled along. He has 8 seconds of time penalties. He is about around 8 seconds from P4. So he can still get P4, and that's the best he can do. There's nothing more to gain.
Yeah, unless something...
unless someone crashes or something like that.
Very interesting happens, but it does not seem like that. Everyone seems to be pretty dug in and set to finish the last lap and a half.
It's the closing end to the race. So we're pretty settled down now after
DRS
3
open,
DNFs.
But he's not making any.
I wouldn't attack. Yeah, I wouldn't go for an attack because that is only going to make Radioactive want to defend.
I believe what he's just doing here is using Radioactive as a sort of helping him pull him along, try to get more of a gap for the guys behind. And I think that's probably the best thing he could do for himself at this point. I mean, you're on the final lap now, and everyone looks, like I said, pretty settled into their places. No one really within DRS range or anything other than the first 2 here. The top 2.
Yeah, it'll be close to see what happens for P3 because I don't know if has Roxin got more penalties or only that 3 seconds. Hold on. No, he's only got the 3 seconds. So
yeah,
Pulse right now needs to. He's hating J Moore right now because he's keeping him away from P3. But now he can push, and I think he might be able to get it by the end of the lap, depending on how well he does these next few corners.
Another DRS zone, but he's going to be too far behind for it to make any noticeable difference here. Just helping him push along.
It's. Oh yeah. Nah, I didn't say anything.
But yeah, here we go, and heading out of the final turn here. It's gonna be the Mercedes Radioactive. He was on the podium last week, and
victory.
It's victory.
It's another win for Radioactive. He's now on 50 points, should be.
and that's going to be a very, very happy Total Wolf.
As Ruxian keeps his P3. Just wait, hold on.
And there was some magic here that happened. I guess Uncleaner Cross
Yeah.
somehow was able to keep
What?
second. Sure, I'll take it. I guess.
I don't think. I think we have to reevaluate the finishing order there, because I don't think that's correct. But we'll have to relook at that. We have to have a look at that again.
Yeah, I mean, you never know with this game. Here's Mr. Tato. A race that he definitely could forget when he crosses the line. And he's going to beat 11th? Okay. I don't know how. Alright.
What was the? Did you see what the gap was between Ruxian and?
Last I checked, it was around 0.2 or 3 seconds, I believe. But maybe something happened with Rux and he...
But yeah, no, that's fine. 5 point something, that would be good enough, because Ruxian drops back 3, and as long as yeah, that's fine. Game's not fun.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, that's right.
I think it's good. I think it's legitimate.
That's correct. Yeah, it's correct.
I'm sure Uncleaner is happy that he's able to keep a podium there in that scenario. But why don't we go ahead and get those 3 drivers in here in the party? If you could go ahead and do that for me there, 5.
I could. Hold on.
As we see this lovely new scene they added for the game here, or a driver walking through the hallway there, and he's got a steering wheel with him, so that's probably a breach in regulations that's somewhere in the rules, but hey, it's a video game, who cares?
100% is.
He's throwing the trophy up in the air, radioactive winner once again. Mercedes back on top, it seems.
Yeah, Mercedes running away with it this season, it seems. It's the first time Mercedes will be running away with it, I think, in RF1. And usually not a team to do very well on this in our league.
Yeah, but there you have the top 3, radioactive taking that win. With Uncleaner Cross in second, Ruxian in third, the other Mercedes of Pulse in fourth, and SLR Hicklin in fifth. That's rounding out the top 5 there. Very interesting race for sure. Howdy.
Hello.
We don't.
So I believe we have all the drivers in here. I'm going to go ahead and switch my frame here. So we're not ending the stream just yet. I'm just putting it on this screen so we could go ahead and start the interviews. Let me just double check to make sure everybody is in here. Yes, we are good to go. So I guess we'll start. Let's start third to first and do it that way. So Rux, P3. Seemed like you had to really fight for that one between the other Mercedes driver and Red Bulls and so forth and so on. Just why don't you just talk us through, what you had to do and any struggles and interesting things that may have happened for you?
Really, I don't even know. The biggest thing really was the radioactive and uncleaner were right next to each other. So I knew they were getting DRS from each other, so they kept on going away. And then another thing was behind me, Jaymore and the other guy, the other Mercedes, they were also getting DRS. So every single lap, I was just looking at the delta. I was like, all right. I was doing math calculations in my head. I was like, if I was doing arithmetic, I was doing everything. It was crazy. I knew a sweet spot I had to be in. I had to be above 3 seconds from Jaymore. And at the start of that little chain, I was aiming at P2 because Uncleaner had 8 seconds. But then I realized they are completely gone. So then I was like, all right, settle for P3. And yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, and I mean, the safety car coming out a couple times there definitely probably threw a wrench in some of your strategy, because I know I believe you started on the hards, or did you start on the mediums?
I started on mediums.
Started on the mediums. Yeah. So I'm sure throwing, that safety car coming out a couple times there, throwing a wrench there, and sort of. I think you stayed out one time, right? And you went in for new tires.
Yeah, I stayed out once and I went the other time.
Yeah.
The plan, I was a little flabbergasted basically. I wanted to go on to mediums, but I didn't have time to look over my tires and change it. So I was like, all right, I'm on hards. Screw it, let's just go with it. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, and I mean it was a very job well done for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations on your podium, first podium of
Thank
the
you.
season there for you. So
Mhm.
you must be very happy with that. But yeah, once
Very.
again, congratulations to you. Let's move on to Uncleaner Cross here. We weren't sure if you were going to be on the podium there with the 8 seconds of penalties. It was looking not good for you at some points, but you're able to pull through and keep that second place. Just take us through what you had to do to keep that podium position.
I mean, the getting the 3 seconds before kind of ended the thought of beating radio there. So I think it kind of switched everything up where it was more like, okay, I can hang on to him. He's quick as hell. Let me just hang on to him and play around the DRS, pull myself forward. I was gonna really, I don't think it was the 5 second that I think I would have submitted otherwise. It just gave me a speeding in the pit lane. Like, Rux was right behind me, slammed into the rear. The game just smacked my
Oh, boy.
brake pedal for me randomly. So, and then gave me 5 seconds well before the pit, for speeding in the pit, well before the pit line. So it was something I would have submitted, but I just didn't want to leave it up to any kind of stewards or anything. So just kind of radio was quicker, let him get in front, and yeah, just kind of rode his speed.
Yeah, no, we definitely saw you using DRS to your advantage there on the closing laps there, just trying to pull yourself further and further away from P3 and all the guys behind, and it definitely worked out for you in the end. So congratulations there on your second place finish, and also a second podium for the season for you. I believe you were on the podium last week in Australia.
Yeah, P2. I got to get radio one of these days,
Yeah,
though.
you're the P2 man. We're gonna have to nickname you that. But yeah,
I don't
anyway,
like it.
you'll get it there. I'm sure. You got the pace that's there, and you just once everything's just got to fall into place for you, and I'm sure your time will come for that. But yeah, once again, congratulations on that second place finish. Now let's move on to our race winner here, Radioactive, really showing a strong pace today. You started out on pole, and you just dominated. At one point with the safety cars coming out, it looked like you dropped down, but you're able to pull yourself right back up. So yeah, just take us through the things that you had to do.
Yeah, me, Cleaner, and Neon Shockers were the only ones starting on hards, and unfortunately, I lost out to him at the beginning and just kind of just following for a while and just inherited the lead. I honestly don't know why I pit so early on those hards, but I mean, I was all for it. But other than that, I was just trying to maintain the lead and save my tires and take those hards pretty long and maybe go for the softs or take the mediums at the end, get that good advantage. But the safety cars kind of, like you said, threw a wrench in it, and me and Cleaner were kind of forced to go on in the mediums pretty early and stretch them to the end. But and honestly, all worked out really good. Just I don't think I was able to drop Cleaner, but just made sure to manage my battery and keep the pace up and minimize the penalties. I ended up getting a couple warnings there at the end, but managed to keep it clean.
Yeah, no, it's definitely easy. Once you're in the closing stages of the race, and you start to get a little bit, I don't nervous, I guess is the word, because you want to make sure everything's perfect, and that's when sometimes, at least for me personally, I found I've made some mistakes, and you accidentally get yourself a penalty or two, but you kept it, pretty straight on, and I mean, you were rocking and rolling there.
Did you guys see the safety car restart where I went up the inside of Ronan and then there's like a there goes Hamilton moment, but it was with Cleaner?
Yeah, and
I saw that. I saw that.
We were on board with you too, and I'm trying to talk out what's going on, and I'm like, oh my god, here comes a Cleaner, and he's like, what's even happening here? But I'm like, yeah, we definitely caught that on the stream.
Nice.
I saw the
Some
guy
good
in
squeeze.
front.
He squeezed
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
saw
was
the
all the
guy
way to
in
the
the
wall.
wall.
tightly.
I
Yeah,
saw him taking a kind of shallow line and pointing more directly at radio, and I was like, "Oh, this is just perfect. Just
and it
pull the
was
switch back,
it was so
wide open lane on the inside."
it was so funny though because like I'm like, yeah, here he goes on the inside, heading into turn one here, safety car restart, and I'm like, we have seen some very interesting and not so good things happen here in actual F1 on this turn, and then all the craziness just happened as I was saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely congratulations on the win, second win of the season. So you are definitely you're on fire, man.
And my teammate was P4. Shout
Yeah.
out to my teammate.
Yeah, no, Mercedes definitely doing a splendid job in the opening rounds of the season here. But yeah, congratulations to you. Congratulations to
Thank you.
Mercedes. And once again, congratulations to P2 and P3. That's going to be it for us today. We'll catch you, I believe, next week, same time. And I believe we're going to be at China. And also, we are following the 2013 race calendar, so that should be very interesting. It's a shorter calendar, some tracks that we haven't seen, like China being one of them recently. So we'll catch you there next week. Thanks for watching.